So hello everyone. Here we have some previews and reviews. So what I have here is the M56 Scorpion. Now this tank has been kind of fun, I gotta admit. So let's go over the bad things and then we'll go over the really nice things. So for a start, fully kitted out with everything I can mount on it, 7.5 tons. To illustrate just how light that is, let's go have a look at another very lightweight tank, the ELC. 6.6 tons. This tank only weighs 1 more ton than the ELC, and the ELC actually has more armor. Oh dear God help us. So, if you get shot in this tank, it's gonna hurt. Next bad thing is the gun traverse. Though you have a 30-degree to each side turret, the actual traverse is only 12 degrees a second. I'm going to kind of show you just how bad that is by going and looking at, let's go look at some super heavy tanks, shall we? Let's see, the Mouse has a turret traverse of 16 degrees per second, and the E100, wait for it, drum roll please, has a traverse of 20. Needless to say, the turret on this thing turns slowly. Interesting fact, I did actually look this up. The reason the turret turns so slowly is that in order for this thing to make the weight requirement for its purpose, which was to be paradropped out of an airplane, they had to not include an electric motor or a hydraulic motor for the turret. So the gunner is literally manually cranking it when he's turning it. View range 350, which for an open top tier 7 vehicle is actually pretty bad. I mean, most open top tier 7 vehicles have 380 plus. This one actually, And top speed's only 45. Okay. Engine power is 200. So your top speed of 45 at 7.5 tons, you're getting an engine power to weight ratio close to the Leopard. The gun is a tier 8, 90 millimeter, and it's a fantastic piece of equipment. Your penetration is almost equivalent to a Centurion 1's, which is a tier higher. So you're talking tier 8 pen, very easily tier 9 penetration level. Pretty decent accuracy, 2-second aim time, which isn't bad, 240 average damage, which is the standard damage for a 90 mil, and you get heat ammo. Heat ammo that I've discovered actually travels faster than your armor piercing shell. That's right, your heat ammunition for the first time is faster than your armor piercing shell. It's no longer a novelty just regulated to the RU. It's now on this tank as well. So that's most of the points about this tank. I suggest you never ever ram in it, ever. The other thing is you can pretty much see all of the modules because it's a very open vehicle. These are fuel tanks. This right here is actually the case for the fuel tank. You can see the pipe running to it right there. The engine is out front here in this area. The gun is quite easy to see, very easy to damage the gun and turret on this thing. And here's the worst part, if somebody gets behind you, that, where the Mouse is going over right now, that's your ammunition. You get behind, I can just imagine the number of times this thing's going to get ammo racked. But at the same time, it's pretty stealthy. The gun depression is an amazing 10 degrees of gun depression, which is just crazy. And it's actually not all that bad on its maneuverability at 40-degree traverse. So, that is the little preview in the garage. Let's go see some battles of this thing, shall we? Hello everybody. So, we're going to be reviewing 2 tanks today. One is this thing, the M56 Scorpion. You guys have already seen the garage preview, so now I'm actually taking it out and having a drive with it. Let's just see what this thing can do. And like I said earlier, you can clearly see where all the modules are. So if you want to blow something up on this tank, you know where to shoot it. And I start to go towards the hill, and then he appears, and I go, this could be interesting. Maybe I should go take care of this. Because he thinks he's getting away with it. Nope. I start reloading, and then I stop and go, wait, high explosive. He's got 1 millimeter of armor. And he apparently can't see me because of the camo net until right after I fire. And now you're seeing the problem, the gun traverse. Really, really slow. If not for the 40-degree hull traverse, he would have outflanked me, and then we would have had a hilarious time of 2 Scorpions chasing each other, which I could already imagine being a thing. I'm not quite sure what our T-29 is doing. If anything, I'm going to go after this this ELC with my high explosive, because I'm a horrible, terrible, awful human being. And you can see I couldn't make that shot. The gun traverse just wasn't quick enough. That's the problem with this tank. The traverse on the 60-degree front arc you have for the turret is so slow. But thankfully the hull traverse can make up for it at times. Such as right then. Hi little ELC, high explosive shell to your ass. And of course, you know, he's gonna fend me. Ramming speed! I'm not quite sure why I didn't take any damage, because I probably should have, because the ELC is actually heavier than I am. But that right there is an important note as well. It does have the traverse that if you start backing up and make a light tank go uphill, it won't outflank you. And here's another interesting feature. You ready for it? Bounce. The tracks are so high off the ground that the T-29 shot underneath my vehicle. He hit my track, but that's it. I'm kind of happy with that aspect. This is a very high to the ground vehicle, which means that your 10 degrees of gun depression can be taken even more advantage of. Now I'm switching to high explosive anti-tank, not because I think the next target is going to require it, but I want you to see the difference in the armor-piercing shell and the high-explosive anti-tank. Now, you saw me fire the armor-piercing shell at the T-29. Let's see what happens here in a minute when I take that heat shell and hurl it to something else. I'm actually going to speed this up because it takes a second before I can figure out where another tank is. Because it's the test server. Apparently nobody plays like they normally would. And there's the KV-85. And first off, I'm going to point this out when I get here. I get up here, and you guys saw how early that my gun was able to shoot him. Right now, what he sees is this. This little gun mantlet, and the gun is all that is visible. And look at that. I am 280 meters away and the shell is there instantaneously. And like I said, all I can see is my little gun mantlet, and I can poke up even less. I think my shell beat the other Scorpion's AP round to the KV-85. That's how quick this heat shell is. It's bang there. It's faster than your AP and your HE rounds, which is the only other tank where that's like that is the RU, and now we have something else. So while this battle wraps up, final verdict for me. If you like the Hellcat, which I do, you're gonna like this tank. Period. I mean, it's basically a Tier 7 Hellcat with upgraded penetration and an extreme velocity heat round. That's what it is. I have found it enjoyable to play. If you have American tank destroyers and you need a crew trainer, this is your vehicle. Period. unless you've already earned your T28 concept, at which point I say use the T28 concept, don't buy something else. But if you haven't earned your T28 concept and you're nowhere near it, this is your vehicle. This is the thing you want. In the meantime, I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick little review. I'm going to be moving on and doing a review of the T54 prototype. So, if you like what happened, hit the like button, please. If you want to leave a comment, please do. Give me some feedback. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how I can edit the video maybe a little bit better, or something else you want done. And if you want to see more, just hit the subscribe button. There's also a bunch of instructions that are down here that'll be up for a second. So take a second, read them. That'll tell you how to do stuff. In the meantime, this is Fiaura the Tank Girl signing out.